What are a few things that you look for when you're helping a client purchase a condo?
I'd say first is letting the client know this is a condo and there's going to be rules and regulations that you need to abide by in any condo, but then familiarizing themselves with the rules of that specific condo. I mean, an obvious one, right? Like if you have a pet, let's make sure that your pet is allowed before we
even look further into it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And again, I just use that example because it's an easy example, but there's lots of rules that go along with buying a condo. So are you okay with maybe being quiet after 10 p.m. or whatever the rules may be in that condo complex? You need to familiarize yourself with them and understand the repercussions if you break the rules.
Yep.
Yeah. I have sold condos for people just this past year that were told when they bought they could have 2 dogs. No, the rules clearly say 1. And yeah, there's some ongoing stuff there, but that they're dealing with. But for the record, I didn't sell it to them. Let's be clear on that. But yeah, but it's one of those things. You really have to know the policies, and just because you see a dog on the property doesn't mean you're allowed to have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Or a
Just
cat,
because you see 2 dogs doesn't mean you're allowed to have 2 dogs.
True. Yeah.
And if you can't find the answer, you figure it out.
Yeah.
Before,
Figure it out.
don't buy the
don't
property
buy it.
and then say, well, it didn't say.
Well,
yeah.
And that's the issue in their situation is because it was all verbal, and the agent who had represented them told them they had a conversation with property management, and nobody at property management is saying they did, and it's just get it in writing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also so messy too because it's condo board, property manager. It's not even you may be managing, but you may have said something that is not representative of the actual condo. So there's too many puzzle pieces there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also say a healthy reserve.
Oh yeah.
I'll say reserve for sure.
What would you
Doesn't
consider
necessarily
a healthy
need
reserve?
to be the ideal balance, because that won't happen.
Has anybody seen a reserve fund study where the reserve fund actually met
I've
the
seen one
recommended
very close, and I was shocked.
Oh,
I forget which
I've
building
seen
it was.
one too that I was whoa, this I thought it was a
I was like,
mistake.
you guys gotta buy this. This is great.
This property is really well managed, better than every other one.
You're what big thing is coming?
Yeah.
So yeah, healthy reserve.
For sure, healthy.
But I would say more often than not, it's half of what it says it's supposed to be.
For sure. It's very rarely even close to what it should be.
But try to do your common sense math.
Yeah.
I think okay,
You're looking at the age of the building and
How big the building is.
how big the building is, how many units are there in the
Yes.
building,
I like to look at the historical condo fees too. Have they gone up a reasonable amount every year?
Yeah.
Or have
Are
we
they
seen
staying on
jump?
top
That's also indication of poor management along the way. So not always, but sometimes.
sometimes.
I would also say how quickly somebody can get you those documents. I know I've been in situations a couple of times where, I don't know if it was self-managed buildings, where it took a really long time for them to get organized documents to you.
Yes.
I think that just shows what's going on kind of behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
A lack of concern, for the residents, because this is time-sensitive material.
Yes.
You are actually hurting one of your owners when you're not getting those documents in a timely manner. So, but and then just poor organization if you're having that hard of a time pulling up the information.
Yeah. And it's probably reflective in the financials, right? It kind of all stems back there. If you're not organizing documents, you're likely not organizing funds properly.
or if you look at past budgets too, a good one is okay, so for last year, what did they say they were going to spend and what did they spend? Are we close? Or are they way off budget? Because that's also an indication of probably poor management if they've set out a budget and we didn't stick to it, right? And if you didn't stick to it, is there a legitimate reason, right?
Right.
Recently, I found Reddit is really good for finding out. My client sent me a clip of a Reddit, page, and she asked me about this condo. She's like, "There's so many on," so did some digging, and there was a roach infestation or bed bug infestation.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
So, yeah, not gonna go look at that one.
That one. Weird.
Yeah.
But also meeting minutes reveal a lot.
Yeah,
Like you probably
meeting
would have
minutes.
seen that history if you had some meeting minutes too to go through. It's always like resident at 406 said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which are not required documents.
I know,
so-
which I was gonna say,
right.
you don't always get,
But they are
unfortunately.
very valuable and they reveal a lot
Yeah.
of things coming down the pike too.
Yeah.
And you don't get those until you get an accepted offer either, right? So
It's also funny too how many different like types of condos there can be, right? Like it's not like a condo is not like
Yes.
a
Yeah.
boom high rise
Yeah.
or whatever. Like there are many different styles of condo in Winnipeg.
Yes,
True.
and I think it's important on that end to understand that, okay, just because you're in a condo doesn't mean everything is being taken care
Yes.
of by the condo fee. Like if you live in a pretty much a standalone condo, like you're probably responsible for things like the roof,
Yeah.
the hot water tank, the furnace, like, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or like, I feel like every time I sell a condo or like have people buying a condo, no one ever knows who's in charge of the windows.
Everyone, yes.
Nobody
I
knows.
agree.
Like-
It's always about the windows.
It's like, who's replacing these windows? Nobody knows. Nobody. Like, it's somewhere in the documents, but it's never like.
More often I found it's on the owner.
For sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they usually say like building envelope, but
Yeah.
the windows are your problem. So
Yeah.
and not all, obviously not every condo is like that, but it's funny how many times that question comes up.
Yes, I agree.
and a good way to like know that too is once you get the reserve fund study, okay, like what are they looking at in the
Yeah.
reserve fund study and what are they allocating funds to? Because those are the things that are coming out of your reserve fund. If it's not in there, you are likely responsible for it.
Yep.
So if they haven't budgeted for new balconies on the building, like that's probably your responsibility. Or
Yep.
if they haven't budgeted for a new roof or a window or whatever that is, right? Like
True.
you're probably responsible for it. So as long as you know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
your due
Factoring those
diligence.
budgets. Yeah. Another one too is like the buildings that are flagged, knowing which ones, right? So that your
Yeah.
clients aren't spending all this time looking at units they could never buy if
Yeah.
their down
Yep.
payment is 5, 10, 15%, right?
For sure.
So those buildings are like the ones on leased land where you need 20% down too. Like some of these options that look like options aren't
always
always
options.
Yeah.
feasible for some people.
So I don't know. There's a lot of education that goes with buying a condo.
There is.
And I would also say read your condo documents, like read them because
You have 7 days for a
Yes.
reason.
or hire a lawyer,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you're more
Yeah.
comfortable with. Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying in one of the other videos, like I think Manitoba, I don't know how it works in other provinces, but I know there are some provinces like Calgary where they have professionals that's all they do. It's like
Yeah.
they look through condo documents and you pay a fee and you have them look through your condo documents. That would be amazing. We don't have that
Absolutely.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Absolutely.
kind of falls on you. I mean, your lawyer, like you said, can look at them, but
Yeah.
still, even if you're giving them to your lawyer, still read like the basic rules, like look
Yes.
at them.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
should still be comfortable
Yes.
with what you're buying.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. And also, I like when my guys go and meet the neighbors too. Like, you're living pretty close to these people.
Yeah.
Do you like and get along with one another? And also, other ones that people don't think of is go at different times of day.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, I've sold somewhere. It was like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, and
it was
then
so
it's
quiet.
no noise. And then we go back on the weekend, and
Yeah.
it's like different story. So it's like, okay, let's rule out this building, or like different times make a big difference.
For sure.
Just little things.